Hello, my lovely viewers. Welcome again to Mathematics and I. Today we have a question which we are going to be solving. And the question says 5 raised to the power m equal to 7 raised to the power n equal to 1225. What is mn over m plus n? Now, how do we go about solving this type of exponential problems? If 5 raised to the power m is equal to 7 raised to the power n and also equal to 1225, it simply means that 5 raised to the power n is equal to 1225 and also 7 raised to the power n is equal to 1225. Okay, according to the statement. Now, we are going to apply the rule, power rule, which says if you have x raised to the power y equal to m, if y should cross the equality sign, it becomes x is equal to m raised to the power of 1 over y. Okay, so it means if m should cross the equality sign to be 1225, it becomes 1 over m. So here becomes 5, okay, is equal to 1225 raised to the power of 1 over n. Okay, also if n should cross the equality sign, we are left with 7 is equal to 1225 raised to the power of 1 over n. Alright, now this is what we are going to do. Let us multiply this equation and the other equation together. Now if we should multiply this, it means 5 multiply 7 and 1225 raised to the power 1 over n also multiply 1225 raised to the power of 1 over n. So if we do that, this is what we're going to get. Okay, here becomes 5 times 7, okay, equal to 1225 raised to the power of 1 over n multiplied by 1225 raised to the power of 1 over n. Right. Now, 5 times 7 gives us 35. Okay. Now, if you take a look at the right hand side of the equation, you will notice that we are going to apply the law of what indices, multiplication law, which says when the base of the index is the same, you add the powers together. Okay, it says if x raised to the power n times x raised to the power n, it simply means x raised to the power n plus n. Now this is true if only the bases are what? The same. So here, my base here is 1225, my base here is 1225, so they are the same. So what do? I add the powers together. So here becomes 1225 raised to the power of 1 over n plus 1 over n. Alright, now let us proceed. Now 35 here is the base, 1225 here is the base. Now I can express 1225 as the base of 35. In index form, it means 35 raised to the power 2, 35 times 35. So here becomes, okay, here becomes, of course, here becomes 35 is equal to 1225 now becomes 35 raised to the power, 35 raised to the power of 2. And the bracket and powers we have outside is 1 over n plus 1 over n. Alright, now which also means 35 is equal to 35 all raised to the power of 2 into the bracket of 1 over n plus 1 over n. Introducing the law of indices, which is known as Produce power law. The law says if you have m raised to the power n and then you have a power outside the bracket, it becomes m raised to the power of n times what? Q, which is m raised to the power of n cubed. So I simply use the power inside to multiply the powers outside. This is why I have the brackets. The bracket means multiplication. So automatically, this is what we are going to do. Alright, so here now, I can simply say 35 is the same thing as 35 raised to the power of 1. Okay, so here becomes 35 raised to the power of 1 is equal to 35, okay, or raised to the power of 2 into the bracket of 1 over n plus 1 over n. And of course, because the bases are the same and the sign that separates it is an equality sign, base 35 will cancel out base 35. And so what do I have left? 1 is equal to 2. Okay, incoming. I have 1 is equal to 2 into the brackets of 1 over n plus 1 over n. Alright, now if we should make 1 over n plus 1 over n, which is of course the same thing as 1 equal to 2 into the brackets of n plus n over mn. Okay, I know some of you will be wondering, okay, how did I get this? This is very simple. I simply look for the LCM of m and n, and the LCM of m and n is mn. Right, so if m should cancel m, I'm going to get n left. So n times 1 gives us this n, and n cancel n, I'm going to have m left. M times 1 gives us this m. Okay, so the shortcut again is m times 1 is n plus n times 1 is n, all over m times n is mn. So now, if we want to make n plus n over mn the subject of the formula, it means we have to divide both sides by 2. So if 2 should cancel out 2, okay, so it means what do we have? We have 1 over 2 is equal to m plus n over mn. Of course, what we were told to find is mn over n plus n. So it means if I take my mn up and I take my n plus n down, it means 1 over 2 will also what reciprocate. So 2 goes up and 1 goes down. And when 2 goes up and 1 goes down, it becomes 2 divided by 1. And of course, 2 divided by 1 will give us what? 2. So therefore, our final answer becomes mn over m plus n is equal to 2 over 1 reciprocate. And of course, 2 over 1 gives us 2. So mn over n plus n is equal to 2. So the answer to this question here is 2. So class, you see how we have applied various rules, various laws for solving indices to solve this question for today. So class, we have come to the end of today's section. I want to say a very big thank you for watching. And please, if this is your first time joining us, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to share our videos. Till we meet again in our next class, keep on watching Mathematics and I. Bye for now.